Today we will be discussing Keegan Murray, the fourth pick in the 2022 NBA Draft. Keegan found his rhythm early and kept his foot on the gas pedal, showing a wide array of offensive and defensive skills en route to being named Summer League MVP. His ability to succeed as both a high usage and low usage player, as well as provide value on defense, should help him thrive as a third option next to new teammates De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, as the Kings look towards a playoff push in the coming year. His fit under new Kings head coach Mike Brown is just as seamless, with Brown coming from the Warriors' read and react system, which will mesh perfectly with Keegan's aptitude in read and react sets. With all that said, let's get into the tape. Keegan makes lots of clever reads within the flow of an offense. Here he slips a screen as he feels the two opposing players were ready to switch. Unfortunately he isn't hit, but it really shows his awareness. He would also often feel out how he is being played on screens and backdoor them, exploiting the defender's attempts to cheat over early. Keegan is a great cog within the team's offense, going backdoor on an overplay here and then making the correct pass when his action stalls out. Never ball stopping and always looking to make the correct pass, he just makes the right reads and keeps the offense flowing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
He even had a couple of more advanced reads, like these skips to the corner, flashing some playmaking upside. Keegan has a knack for making his man pay for overplaying or losing track of him, often seeking out quick cuts from the corners and wings. This ability to read a defense and react accordingly should help him fit in seamlessly next to playmakers such as Fox and Sabonis. He also showed some burst off straight line drives when given the opportunity. He won't force much, but with his high IQ, he is able to sniff out openings and swiftly capitalize. Once he's at the front of the rim, he's tough to stop without fouling and absorbs contact well. What he lacks in athleticism is often made up for by great IQ and touch. Keegan is the type of player who doesn't need stuff run for him to show his value. This should allow him to shine without taking anything away from ball-dominant players, adding to his seamless fit next to King stars Fox and Sabonis. Keegan's effort on the offensive glass coupled with the aforementioned back cuts allow him to rack up easy points without the usage to match. Keegan shot very well at Summer League, coming off pin downs, spotting up, running as the pop man out of screen and roll, as well as creating his own shots. He really showed off his versatility as a shooter, which will be a huge positive lining up next to Sabonis in order to create the type of spacing the Kings will need to be effective. The Kings love this set for Keegan, and I expect we will see it in the regular season also. Using him on the weak side, they have him set a pin down and then immediately reverse it, sending him off his own pin down. This time it forces a switch. Pulling back, he gallops into a right-left crossover and pulls it from deep for the splash. Keegan had some very impressive moments as a shot creator. Efficient with his dribble, he doesn't play with his food. Rather, he identifies gaps and uses his frame and quick release, as well as head fakes to create side advantages and capitalize. In this clip, he uses the head fake to get Banchero airborne, and then takes the contact. This play at the end of Orlando vs Sacramento was incredible to watch, as Murray tracks down the loose ball and shows amazing recognition of clock and score to get his feet behind the line, fake out two defenders and cleanly knock it down to tie the game. J.R. Smith should be taking notes. While Murray was extremely impressive in Summer League, no player is without faults, and Keegan still has a few areas to refine in order to get them in line with the rest of his extremely polished game. Here Keegan shows his somewhat loose handle, but still manages to regain possession and make the right read. Other times it did not end quite so well for him, like the time he dribbled off his foot with overtime winding down in Sacramento vs Orlando, resulting in a jump ball in a crucial moment. While he showed he can make the right pass, Murray also struggled to make more advanced reads. Watch as he misses the skip read as Schofield is hanging out in the lane, ready for his pass to Cater. Murray did a lot of his work out of the mid-post in college, but struggled to get much going there in Summer League against bigger, stronger defenders. Luckily, the Kings seem more inclined to use him as a shooter, rarely running these sets for Murray in order to mirror his more perimeter-orientated role that will allow Sabonis to feast in the post. He was, however, missed on clear mismatches too much for my liking, making it tough for him to show his value in this area. Keegan was also impressive on the defensive side of the court, giving himself an extra cushion at times to compensate for somewhat slower lateral quickness, and then leveraging his length to still get clean contests. He navigates screens well, staying aware of his surroundings and weaving through traffic, while getting skinny in order to stay attached to his man. He also recovered well, fighting over screens and getting back to his man in order to stop up the action. Keegan fights for position when posted up, often opting to front his man and obscure passing lanes. He also does a great job walling up, using his length to force the opposing player to make shots over his roughly 7-foot wingspan. Keegan is also capable of providing some rim protection, yet another factor that makes him an ideal fit next to his future frontcourt partner. He uses quick hands to swipe at the ball and does a fantastic job getting vertical to contest. Keegan's non-stop effort shows in every area, as multiple times he tried to slide over for a charge. His heady nature and ability to think the game allows him to sniff out action ahead of time, and while neither of his attempts were successful, I love the willingness to put his body on the line. He showed a great ability to follow the team concept. Here he rotates down to cover the roll, while Cater contains the ball handler. Next he rotates down to cover the easier pass to the corner, forcing the passer to make the tougher skip read. Finally he flies to the open shooter, allowing Matt Coleman to recover to the corner. Keegan hit the deck multiple times throughout Summer League, always willing to put his body on the line and consistently outputting great effort. Overall, Keegan was really solid on the defensive end, however he did have some trouble containing at times, which may limit his viability on switches, at least against the quickest, shiftiest NBA guards. He didn't do anything else that warranted major concern, but he had some mistakes as every player does, especially the young ones. Banchero was able to get the best of him at times using his overpowering size, and Keegan will be seeing much more size in the NBA.